Hi, and welcome back to the Audio Show channel. My name is Dave Skinz, and I'm a product specialist here at Audio Show. And today we're going to have a look at the Samson Q9U broadcast microphone. The Q9U is a very new product to the Samson range, and is suited perfectly for guys in broadcast, podcasting, vlogging, guys that are YouTubing. This is going to be the perfect microphone for that type of setup, and it's based on the professional that everyone uses. What separates the Q9U from other broadcast microphones? Well, there are a couple of things. The main thing that we really like about this microphone is the fact that it has a dynamic capsule. It makes it far easier to be able to control. Also, with the cardioid capsule that it's using, it takes audio from the front and rejects from the back and from the sides to make sure you have a more coherent audio picture. Also, with dynamic microphones, if you run a lot of condenser microphones together, you can sometimes have problems with stereo imaging. With dynamic microphones, especially if you're running them in a group, it's far easier to be able to control the audio and contain the bleed between microphones happening from that side. One thing that's really spectacular about the Q9U, and I think that is one of the main selling points, is the fact that it offers both XLR and USB connections. So you can choose how you want to operate this mic, using an XLR into a mixer or into an audio interface, or you have the option for a USB Type-C connection directly into your computer, or the fact that it has such a low draw, I think of 170 milliamps, it would be possible also to run this microphone in conjunction with an iPad or a tablet, since it has such a low draw, but you would need a camera connection kit or a digital device with a USB-C connection. The best thing about the Samson Q9U is that it is both XLR and USB outputs, so you can really choose how you wish to set it up. Because it is a dynamic microphone, the XLR output can plug into pretty much any input. If you're running on mixers, audio interfaces, even an XLR input on a DJ mixer, this microphone will work as it's dynamic. Your other option is obviously, as I mentioned, a USB connection, in which case the ADA-DA conversion, in other words analog to digital or digital to analog conversions, are redone in the microphone, and the level they're done at is 24-bit 96 kHz, which is broadcast quality. Some of the other things I really like about the Q9U is a lot of thought has gone into the design of the microphone itself. Understanding it's a broadcast mic, there's a lot of things it's going to be subjected to. So it has a double windshield built into the microphone underneath the zinc metal casing, so it's a proper metal housing. But underneath the metal housing is a double windscreen foam, as well as the foam you're getting on top of it here. It also has a humbucking design, which you get on most guitars. And humbucking basically means it sort of protects it from interference from other devices, as well as reduces hum that you're going to get when you're running in electrical circuits. Another thing that microphone features is a pneumatic mounting to make sure that the microphone capsule sits nicely, and any movement in terms of the pole or anything else that's going to happen is not going to affect the sound quality of the microphone you're working on. Frequency response of the Samson Q9U is 50 Hz to 20,000 kHz, so it does cut out all the low end. There is also a low cut switch if you want to further move that switch further up. The frequency response is pretty balanced across the range, but there is a switch on the microphone as well for a mid-range boost, and it'll give you a small boost in the mid-range and in the highs just to give your voice a little bit more presence, but there is a switch that you can remove that. There is also a mute switch, so if you are in the business and you need to suddenly cut yourself, the switch is on the side here, you can just push it and you will mute your button as well. Also worth noticing on the Q9U, they've really packed in every single feature you're going to need, and that is a headphone input with low latency. So you'll be able to plug your headphones directly into the headphone port, and you'll be able to monitor your recording with absolutely zero latency, meaning it's a lot easier to be able to capture your audio going straight into the microphone, and you'll be able to hear yourself with a lot more ease. The Samson Q9U comes with two cables in the box. It comes with a really long 3-meter USB-C to USB-C cable, and it also comes with a USB Type-B to USB Type-C cable. So you've got the flat cable to USB Type-C, and you've also got Type-C to Type-C, pretty much to accommodate most of the inputs and stuff that you're running from nowadays. The Samson Q9U is also fully class compliant, so whether you're using with a PC or a Mac, it will automatically be seen by your computer. The drivers are built into the device itself, so Windows and Mac will automatically recognize it as an audio capture device, so it'll work straight with any of the programs that you're using to recording or any of your casting with. The Samson Q9U also has a couple of accessories. The two main ones that people are going to be interested in is obviously the MD5, which is a desktop bass stand. It'll sit nicely on your desk, and it's a nice weighted stand to make sure the microphone's going to be nicely balanced. And the other option is the Samson MBA38, which is one of those long extending telescopic arms that you can mount to your desk, which you see most of the broadcasters being used. But the microphone has a normal thread, so it'll work on pretty much any microphone stand. Right now I'm using it with our Samson BL3. So, how does the Samson Q9 actually sound? Well, if you're interested, you're listening to it right now. I've recorded this entire video using the Samson Q9U broadcast mic, And the cool thing about doing that is actually getting your scope and being able to listen to the audio that I'm producing. You can also hear when you're dealing with a dynamic microphone, you're working with the proximity effect, which means if you go closer to the microphone, the more bassy your voice tends to get. So if you really want to get onto it and get that low-end, late-night radio deep voice, it's quite easy. Just get nice and close to that mic. Obviously helps if you've got a nice deep voice. So that's the proximity effect. Let's have a look at some of the other features on here. Mid-range presence switch. So I've just pushed over the mid-range presence switch. And you can hear there's a little bit more presence in the mid-range and the high end of the voice. It just gives your voice a little bit more sparkle, a little bit more cut through, especially if you're using background music, etc. It's going to give that voice a little bit more sparkle, save you some EQ and post-production in terms of getting your voice to sparkle. And we're just going to do an A and B again. So there's normal. There we go. 1, 2, 3. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. And here with the switch engaged, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. It also has a mute button. So that works quite nicely. Right guys, so that's my review of the Samson Q9U broadcast microphone. This thing is spectacular. I'm not even going to get into the price because it's half the price of the opposition, and I believe it's like 95% close. It's a really solid microphone. It feels like something you're going to be broadcasting with. You hold this microphone, and I know it may be a bit callous and a bit short to sort of criticize gear by how much it weighs, but it's always a good thing when you're holding the box and you feel like you're holding something significant. And the zinc body, it's cold to the touch. It's a beautiful black finish. The way the microphone has been finished and the tonal qualities of the microphone are really spectacular. And the ability to use it in any type of scenario and setup. So if you are traveling, if you are mobile, if you don't have a mixer nearby, being able to use the USB directly into your computer or directly into a tablet or iPad, I think it's really going to change the way you broadcast and the way you're able to share your audio and experience. This microphone really is spectacular, and it's a professional step up for a lot of guys. If you've been looking at something like the Meteor or Meteorite and you're looking to step up to a professional broadcasting microphone, the Samson Q9U is the one. Also, it's put in the same league as the G-Track Pro. These are both spectacular microphones in their league. But I think if you're setting up a studio, a broadcast studio, or YouTubing, and you're looking for a really professional option microphone, the Samson Q9U is going to be your choice. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us today on our Q9U review. If you like this video, please give it a like and click. If you have any comments, please put the comments below. We'll respond as best we can. And like the page for some new videos coming up. My name is Dave Skinz. As always, thank you so much for your time. This is me signing off on the Q9U. Have a good one.